Well, my grandmother died this week, and so to deal with my grief, we decided to do a photo shoot about it.
The set idea came because Jada's grandma passed away. And we thought it would be a good way for Jada to explore her grieving process by designing an entire shoot about death. And what better way to do it than like a little bit of a cartoony coffin.
We waited until the day of the shoot to build the set because it was a crazy week. We just got back from our cruise. And then my grandma died. And it was like just a lot going on. So unfortunately, we didn't have as much time as we wanted to build the set, but thankfully, we were able to get it together in one day.
I was kind of stuck with which route to go when building this coffin. I really wanted to build it using fresh wood and a CNC machine, but I knew I didn't have enough time to do those cuts. So I had a shower thought where, what if I have a bunch of these double-sided small flats that are like 6 feet tall by 2 feet wide? Like what if I use these as a coffin? And I would just use a circular saw and get the angles and everything.
So cut down these little 6-foot walls?
Yeah, and the other ones, and then make that shape, and then I'll bring and then ceiling and everything. So like these can be the actual coffin.
So then it could have some more dimensionality to it?
Yeah, and then it's like a lot less work, and I don't have to do the CNC machine like I was thinking. During my shower, I had this idea that I could use these 6-foot flats I used in the previous shoot and cut them down to make the coffin shape. This is complicated. I wanted to use my CNC machine, but we were just on a cruise. And so now I have just till 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. today, again. All the next shoots, I'm gonna give myself like a week to do.
Yeah.
But this one is just a day one, so I just have to get over that and modify this the best I can. Before I got started, I was like, no, I need to do the CNC machine. I think I'm gonna scrap that shower idea and maybe do it on the CNC machine. So then I went to my computer, started drawing that out, and then I realized, man, this is gonna take like all day to cut on a CNC machine. So then I reverted back to my original idea.
How are you doing?
I just don't have enough time or lumber to do anything I wanna do, and I'm just stuck right now mentally with how to do this.
When David gets hit with self-doubt during a project, it can kind of be intense. Sometimes he spirals a lot and is like, why am I doing any of this? What is the point of this? I don't know. He can get a little dark and frustrated with himself.
Self-doubt's a real thing, and it feels really bad when you kind of are going through it. It's strange because it's like you're making art, but like you put yourself through some painful moments of stress and insecurities and just like kind of bad energy, and you have to work your way through it over and over again. All right, I'm gonna start with just getting one set piece done, and then I'll copy it.
Like one side of the coffin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see what happens.
David continuously blows my mind with how he like takes something and just turns it into something else so quickly. So he literally took this like 6-foot flat we had and then just took a circular saw to it and just cut through it, and next thing I know, he has like a whole side of the coffin built. You've just gone nuts with the circular saw.
What do you mean?
It's like scissors or something, where you're just like sawing away. It like blew me away that you turned that piece into like 2 separate. Yeah, dude, that's gonna look so cool. It looks so good.
I only had one miscut, which created a weird seam, but we have Photoshop to fix that. And then the second side was just smooth as butter.
It's like kind of cool like this. It's like a patchwork coffin with these like mismatched colors right now.
Yeah, even not doing a top would be interesting.
Yeah.
Not my best cuts.
But you did it.
Did something. I'm happy with the decision that we use the existing flats because of the timeline. But if I were to do it again, I would definitely use a CNC machine and some fresh wood and really build like a structural like masterpiece. So you will see a coffin again in the future.
I chose pajamas as the look for this shoot because I just couldn't get the concept of like the coffin being your final resting place out of my head. And then also this nursery rhyme kept coming to my mind, like life is but a dream. So it just felt like pajamas needed to be the look. It beautifully worked out that I just happened to have the exact paint color that matched the pajamas we were gonna use in the shoot. Finally made it to paint. Today's color is Green Bay by Sherwin-Williams. And this is like a pretty close match to the outfit that our model is going to be wearing. And it's a really pretty color. So let's go.
I'm very claustrophobic, so I really like kind of experimenting with that through our photo shoots. And the concept of like being in a coffin buried alive was like really icky to me. All right, we have a set. There's some errors, there's some flaws, there's more photoshopping than I would like. But right now, Jada, what I'm trying to decide is I want to float the ceiling piece down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to, this is gonna be like the hardest part of assembly in a way.
Okay.
But I'm trying to figure out how far above, like how much negative space do I give above the coffin.
Okay, what are our options? Let's do like a hand.
Like here?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
All right, shit, it's gonna be hard. It's okay. Stuff is still wet, it's 5 o'clock, 1 hour till the shoot, just to let you know. Look at my hands.
You can jump in.
Yeah, just bear with me, because I'm trying. We're gonna succeed, Jada.
The feelings that I was kind of been like working through and thinking about a lot since she died was just that like when you die, you're kind of the star of the show. Like you get a lot of attention when you're dying. Everything is about you. This set was inspired by like my grandma died on Monday. Witnessing like how people respond to death just like really got in my head. Throughout this shoot, I want to play with like a wide range of emotions where maybe death starts out as this like kind of peaceful experience, and then we build, and at the end of the shoot, you're kind of like losing your shit, being like, ah, and like just we'll go wild with it, but like nothing is like too over the top. It's all like very experimental and fun. With a coffin, there's like but so much you can do. Like really just like coming to mind right away is just kind of this like dead stare, straightforward look at the camera. And that was kind of like the main shot I knew I needed. That is perfect, Kit. Now can you kind of do that like classic, like hands on the chest, like, yep. Lower your chin just slightly. That's awesome. And then eyes like wide open towards me, and kick your chin just slightly more this way. Yeah, right there, hold that. But then it was just fun to kind of like play with the space. Like, what if you're coming out of the coffin? What if you're like freaking out because you're like trapped in this coffin? Or what if like you're like looking at your watch, being like, okay, how much time's passed? I'm getting bored in here. Your hands on the walls right there. Just kind of feel out the space.
Should I move or keep?
Maybe do like, I always kind of like feet turned in slightly, and then yeah, hands pressing. Yeah, and really like engage your fingers. Like you're really like feeling out the space. There you go. Perfect. Okay, and now just like hands hanging one more time, toes turned in just a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, that's great. Okay, droop your head like really low and down. Okay, and then just ever so slowly turn your chin up like I just woke you from some crazy slumber. There you go. Intense eyes, perfect. So what if you turn so your back is kind of towards this side? Yep, and kind of like, don't put all your weight on it, but just kind of like you're in the coffin, but you're not in it correctly. Yeah, that's cool. Like hang in there, yeah. Yeah, that's great. you're starting to like wake up, and maybe could you like even kind of raise a foot up and kind of rest it on the wall slightly and put one hand maybe on the ceiling, like you're like, where the fuck am I? What is this weird space? So I want you to start like hyperventilating, okay? Like full on, like you are trapped in this weird space. Look at the walls, like you're trying to get out. It's dark in there though, and you can barely see. You're like, what the fuck is going on? Okay, and now let's go super centered again. Maybe engage both hands, like feel it in your fingers right there. Turn your feet in, get some like tension in your body. On the count of 3, just like full on like scream. Do it towards the camera at first, and then kind of like look up, okay? And I'll do it with you too, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! There you go. Okay, do that again, and maybe this time you're like pushing on the top of the coffin, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! I really like starting our shoots on a tripod because you can frame it out to really show off the full sense of the set. And then having it on a tripod really lets me focus on more of like the pose and the directing and just kind of nailing the exact kind of positions I want. And then once I know that I've like kind of secured those shots that really show everything off, bring the concept to life, then I just like to play.
I set the camera up on the tripod, dead center of the rectangle, because I really wanted to give the visual effect that you're looking down into a hole that had a coffin. And I thought the best vantage point of that would be dead center, so you would get the leading lines. But Jada always blows me away. She will pull the camera off and start shooting my set totally different way than what my brain saw. So I was in love with the shots on the tripod, but I do think I might have even liked the shots off the tripod a little bit more.
Okay, Kit, so now can you do like the sway back and forth thing? Yeah, I really like you're coming full on alive. There you go. So good, yes. I really like pulling the camera off the tripod once I know I have the shots that I was initially going for, and just using that time to like experiment, try out new angles, move all around, up and down, side to side, try out some different lenses. It's kind of like my fun time, like creative flow. Doesn't really matter, I already have what I need. Let's just see what we can create. The shoot went really well. I think we got a lot of interesting poses, expressions, thoughts out of it. And I don't know, I like it a lot.
So we've done 2 sets so far, and they've both been built in just a single day. And I hope to change this. I'm very proud of myself that I can create something in a day, but I really want to take my time and build out more structure, steps, platforms, all sorts of stuff. And I need more time to do that. So I really need to allow myself and give myself more time to create. And that's what I hope for the future shoots.
Sets 1 and 2 were cool. Get ready for set 3. If you're enjoying watching the Attic series so far, please like and subscribe to this video. It helps us so much and really encourages us. And then we are sharing even more behind the scenes thoughts, photos, everything on Patreon. It's linked in the description below. So definitely check that out. Your support means so much because this is a self-funded project.